Beloved Masters, it is vitally important that you strive to incorporate the higher states of consciousness along the will and self-discipline necessary to properly implement the higher frequencies of truth in your style of everyday physical life in order to become masters in the way. Vital information for each incarnation are stored in the seed atom of the soul. However, awareness of the human personality to achieve the frequency patterns required to access any advanced cosmic information. Over time, the desire becomes aspiration, and vacuum is developed in a clear and intuitive ultimate capacity. It is a proven fact that humanity evolves and gradually makes changes in life when facing a crisis. The merger of the soul with the personality produces incredible changes in the ego desire body consciousness, affecting thereby every aspect of a human being who is working on the physical plane of existence. Living in the present moment, fully aware, without judgment or prejudice is the basis of the pleasant and abundant life. Past memories and expectations/future aspirations create the present reality and future experiences. Remember, the spiritual fire is the basis of all manifestation, which forms the backdrop to human evolution. The power of the universe is in the present moment of now, unquiet point between past and future. The tranquility point of creation is not an empty, is filled with the energy of white fire seed atom divine, the potential unmanifested creator. When the time comes for a fragmented seed atom divine experience the reality of a fourth dimension of environment, the Holy Trinity parked in the densest entry level of the fifth dimension, sends the designated seed atom to the seventh highest subplane into the fourth dimension. The seed atom then sends a ball light called causal body, which becomes the vessel of the supersoul, so all psychic fragments are incorporated in the third and fourth dimensions. The Holy Trinity, through the causal body, oversees the thumbnail down the atom's seeds divine souls, which will then facilitate the creation of a physical vessel in the land plan. Atom seeds/sparks animistic then descend through the power cord of life force, to experience life in all its many stalks and creations. The essence of the Creator, from within the holy triads, creates the soul fragments, which will be embodied in physical matter. These fragments are separated facets themselves, and yet are still part of a larger whole. The Holy Trinity, which lies in fifth-dimensional environment, then, takes the position of an observer, watching as these soul fragments plunge deeper and deeper into density. Then, patiently waiting for the moment that these wandering sparks of divinity will awaken to the warnings Ionic Superior, and then gradually seek and find the return path. The magnetic power of the Spirit will always seek to attract the soul incarnated in and up. It is the law of attraction. Progressively, over time, the soul and personality come together and become one consciously merged unit, one animic personality. Love and intelligence are unified, so that the divine plan and fulfillment are achieved. The higher knowledge is stored in the sacred soul memory atom seeds, DNA, and sacred mind. The soul is a complex of spiritual essence, which resonates at specific levels of consciousness. A self-master has a sense of individual identity, and also a sense of unity universal. First, there is a self-consciousness. Second, they gradually develop and become one soul personality. Then comes the awareness that you are not the soul, but something bigger, a dynamic point of the divine will, focused on Alma. It is the individualized seed atom, which illuminates abundantly, in a direct way, the shape of I soul. This is a time of SCR awareness, not transformation. Little light of animistic fragments, the lower dimensions, disappears into nothingness as they merge gradually with the bright glory of the holy triads of the 7 subplanes of the 5th dimension and above. The eye of the incarnated soul, and then the upper causal body, shall include all the remaining psychic fragments in all subplanes of the 3rd and 4th dimensions. Thus, the stronger brightness of the soul illuminates abundantly ego desire body so that the human being becomes a animic personality. This is the moment you leave the wheel of karma, because purified, cleaned and integrated all psychic fragments of levels of the 4th dimension and below. This is called the 4th stage of the ascension path. Thereafter, after the causal body sphere of light be drawn up and be reintegrated into the Holy Trinity abundantly lit, the 3 strands cosmic, the cords of creativity/life/consciousness, will be connected directly to your Holy Trinity. This is the next stage of the integration of the Divine Self on his journey back to the higher realms of light. This begins the fifth step of the ascension process, which grants admission to the first sublevel of the fifth dimension. The soul-infused personality is ready to join the fifth dimension, entry level, the Holy Trinity, which incorporates the seed atom of the white fire, which contains the three God rays of his subuniversal, the divine will/intuition and active intelligence and creative. When this occurs, fifth stage, for a while, there is a loss of communication with your soul I, your guides and teachers, as well as any kind of telepathic connection. It's like a mini-death, and there is an intense feeling of abandonment for a few days. All elements/facets of the body's soul of the third and fourth dimensions, and the super bright causal body that contains, were absorbed back into your Holy Trinity, on the lower level of the fifth dimension. There is one more oversoul/higher self in your soul star chakra/eighth chakra, because you are now connected directly to the pyramid of light, which contains one of his many triads, holy fifth dimensional. At this point, you have created the river of life, the Antarana, the bridge of the rainbow of light that will eventually connect them to all seven of its main selves tried super sacred with the fifth dimension. There is a Holy Trinity main within each subplane of the fifth dimension. Each Holy Trinity, higher level, is within a larger light pyramid, and is higher in frequency than the one below it. There are also a variety of triads wholly smaller scattered throughout the fifth dimension. The integration process is somewhat different in the fifth dimension kingdom, which we will not address this point. An important concept for better understanding of the creative process: our Father/Mother God is experiencing the creation and the complexity of your atom seed fragments through every spark of creation throughout the sub-universe. Each dimension and subdimension provides a different awareness and a variety of us, your primordial, through its atom's divine seeds. Your atom seed divine/I am presence experiences life through its many holy triads. These triads sacred make it through the mental aspects of its many soul extensions. These alma extensions, top level, are experiencing the reality of the material plane through the distortions of the plan's emotional awareness astral, through the physical senses. My beloved, it is up to you to take time to reflect and integrate the important concepts of creation that we are retransmitting them. They, the starseed, who have reached the required level of harmonious frequency patterns, are now in the process of putting into practice what they have learned. As you do so, those around you, who are still struggling in the confines of the restrictive environment of the lower dimensions, will be impressed with what you are doing, and gradually begin to follow their example. As you are aware, teach by example is the most effective way to capture the attention of those around them. A banal last fact also applies here: by the fruits of your labor, you will be known. We suggest that you these concepts study until they stay in your memory firmly ensconced. Why do the part law of attraction and are decisive components for your conduct successful status demonstration of the Master A. Become spectators, observers, not participants from all the negative drama that is constantly taking place around you. It is the state of his emotions that attracts them to the negativity swirling. If they are radiating frequency patterns harmonious and higher, you are immune to energy dissonant around. You are in the process of expanding your awareness of what is happening around you, and therefore it is extremely important that you maintain a detached state of mind. You are developing a new way of thinking, which is based on control of the self on your mind and your emotions. First comes the self-awareness, then anemic awareness, followed by galactic consciousness, finally, the subuniversal consciousness. You are trying to connect to the streams of infinite consciousness, containing the cosmic manifesto for full divine design of this new experience subuniversal. It is also developing a high sensitivity and control those with whom you interact, which involves an empathic point of view, but somewhat distant. This is part of the development of the non-judgmental. You are diligently seeking to claim and live your truth to the best of their ability, and allow others the same right. Do not let anything or anyone disturb your serenity. Develop a high level of tolerance and sensitivity, and practice diligently. Be patient and slow to anger. While seeking self-mastery, part of your test is that you have to experience, overcome, and possibly even go beyond some difficult relationships with people in your life that are not ready or willing to advance the spiral path of conscious awakening from the soul. Any soul must choose the path to follow. You are responsible only for their own spiritual evolution. It is imperative that you do not abdicate your pursuit of personal spiritual awakening and self-mastery, as a result of a false sense of duty or loyalty to those who are seeking to continue to draw their energy, or those that require an unreasonable amount of attention and your time. Because you are in a very decisive step of this process of enlightenment, a period in which you are very vulnerable and their trials and tests may not be as dramatic as in the past, you often get confused and do not know what is the next step or what is the next truth that you will incorporate into your reality ever-changing. Remember, when you say, I surrender to everything I have and everything I am for my greater good, or I'm in my will to the divine will of our Father/Mother God for my highest good and the highest good of all, that does not mean you are giving up their worldly possessions and their free will. It is trust in the wisdom of your oversoul/higher self and your divine self, because these wise and superior facets of your divine consciousness always know what is best and most advantageous for you, at any time. My courageous, as they become more competent as inspired co-creators, you do not focus more your energy into creating small worldly desires of the past. You have established a steady stream of adamantine particles for / and all your physical vessel, with the rest flowing into the world of fashion. You have programmed the smallest details, what they want to express to your comfort and personal pleasure, and one of his mantras to be used frequently should be all my needs and desires are met before I even realize what they are, what will always be for my highest good and the much more advantageous for all. You will meticulously outline his path of service to humanity, which is in perfect harmony with his divine mission for this new era. You will have a constant, clear and beneficial connection to your oversoul/I resident superior, and follow gracefully and easily the path of light that always follows increasingly higher for the more refined realms of existence. Be assured that I will always guide, direct, inspire and protect you all as perform your journey into the unknown. I radiate the eternal love of our Father/Mother God to each of you. I am Archangel Michael,